I'm just feeling like very lucky about my class and how wonderful they are. It's messy, it's purposeful, it's beautiful. We're kind of easing our way back a little bit into the normal, but not really. I'm like still messed up on the days of the week. I still think it's Tuesday, but it's actually Wednesday, which is like a blessing. Wow, words. Feeling pretty thankful for everything and the start to the school year, hoping that the good continues. Good morning, everyone. Happy Tuesday. If you're new here, my name is Victoria, and I am a 7th year 3rd grade teacher in Maine. It is the second week of school. It is Tuesday and our first day this week because this is like Labor Day week. I love how our school does this. We always have we start the week before Labor Day. We have like a 3-day week, then we have a 4-day week, and then we have a 5-day week, so we kind of ease our way into it. So I'm so excited for a good day. I am going to go and pump, and while I pump, I'm going to make a copy of my slides for today and get them ready. And then I'm gonna try and email if I have time. And that's gonna be our morning. So I will see you all at the end of the day, either in the classroom or at home. All right, hi everyone. So we had a really great day today. I'm just feeling like very lucky about my class and how wonderful they are. So we had so much fun. I have like enough time to flip you around and show you around the class quickly and maybe show you the slides. And then I need to go get my baby from daycare. So let me flip you around, kind of show you the state of our classroom currently. It's a beautiful form of messy and decorated with kid art, and yeah, I love it. So I'll flip you around, show you all around, and then let's look at slides after. Okay, here we go. Okay, so here's the birthdays board that I came up with. I still need to write the birthdays, but I love it. I think it came out super cute. I don't have it on my TPT store yet, but if you would like it, let me know. I can work on that. And then today in math, we worked on a little those shoes activity that connected to our story that we read earlier today. So we graphed what our favorite subject was. And then we talked about, here is some math that we did, talking about how many more votes did writing get than math and science. So super fun, good math practice. Here's my schedule for tomorrow. Yeah. And then I always try and write the lunch choices down here so I can get what they want for the next day. And I always try and write this and my schedule the night before, that way it's ready to go. Then I have like a beautiful mess of my desk of things that they have finished that I need to find out what I want to do with it. And then over here I have a pile of books that I need to label. I started sorting them, but I haven't finished it yet. And then I have some books that I got from the library standing up over here, and some cutie little kid math about me's that they're still finishing up right now. And here's like a very simple, not beautiful version of an anchor chart talking about what my job is and what my students' job are. So my job is to teach, create a classroom that allows for learning, and to keep you all safe. And their jobs are to allow others to learn, and for Mrs. Leet / teachers to teach and to learn and to make safe choices. And then up front, I try and put the read alouds that we do throughout the week or days up here so kids can reference them and grab them if they would like to read them during quiet time or other points throughout the day. And then here are some beautiful pieces of work that we worked on. So here's our If I Built a School. This was my model writing, and I showed them how I took some of the sentence starters and then put it in my writing. And then this was just an example of some brainstorming from a different reading activity that we did on the book Those Shoes. And then this is an activity that we did today, brainstorming a like story together for writing. So that's that. And then I'm loving this like shared supply setup. It's working great. And then over here we have our If I Built a School writings that we're still finishing up. Yay! So this is a little panorama. It's messy, it's purposeful, it's beautiful. Loving having a table here too, by the way. Works out great. Okay, I'll flip you around and try and fill you in. Well, actually, I'm not going to flip you around, but I'll try and show you the slides for today too before I leave. All right, so here are our slides. So we read our quote, mistakes are proof that you're trying, and we talked about kind of that growth mindset concept of how we know that we're trying hard when we take a risk and try new things and make mistakes. We talked about our share, and that was that. Then we did this bucket filler, bucket dipper activity that I was going to do last week but didn't have time to. And we just read the scenarios and then did the matching activity. It was super fun. I don't have this on TPT yet, but if you would like it, let me know. I can work on it. So we went through all of the scenarios. Then we went to reading, and during reading we read the book Those Shoes. I had the book, that's why this video is not working. Then we did this paper where they filled out how Jeremy was kind in the story, and then how I can be kind. And then if they finished early, they worked on coloring their sneaker. We did this part after. Then they had snack, then they went to specials, and then we did some rainbow breathing. Definitely love doing this before diving into academics. It seems to really help them. Then we read this book, Our Class as a Family, and then we talked about, so see all of these pieces up here, the ones that aren't bullets, ready to learn, look fun. We want our classroom to be beautiful, nice, or clean, fresh, neat, and organized. All of those ideas were ideas that they came up with during our like brainstorming session. And then today we came up with the bullet points where we talked about, okay, so this is what we want it to look like. Now, how do we do that? And then tomorrow we're going to take these ideas and turn it into a classroom promise. Then we could have done this, what's a Venn diagram, and do a Venn diagram on our class family and our home family, but we did not get time to do that. Then we had recess and lunch, and then quiet time. And then during math, we did another calm down first. And then we read this story. This was super cute. Love it. The Greedy Triangle. And after we did that, we listened to the Number Rock song, the Polygon song, just because it's fun, and they enjoyed it. And then after that, we graphed our shoes as our favorite subjects, and then we did a little exploring pattern blocks thing, and then we did a brain break of they're loving Kid President right now, so we watched a Kid President video and did a little freeze dance from PE with Mr. G, highly recommend. Then we did a writing, we calmed our brains first, and then we talked about why do people write and what kinds of things people write, or what they write about. And then we talked about doing a creative story today and how we were going to practice using capital letters, punctuation, and so on. And then we're going to start the story and they're going to finish it. So then they looked at this Fennec Fox photo and we came up with a story together. And that was it. That was our day. And then we ended our day with sharing, what did you do to fill someone's bucket today? So super fun, good day. Yeah. So I will see you all tomorrow when we go through this schedule. So I'm looking forward to it. Yay. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. Today is going to be a great day. We have 2 specials, which is always nice, and I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun activities to do, and we're kind of easing our way back a little bit into the normal, but not really. We're still not going to touch curriculum for like another week or so, but that's okay. It's kind of nice too. So this morning I'm going to email a parent or two, look through my emails. I'm going to look through my slides for today, make sure everything's ready and set to go. And then I am going to work on Friday slides because those are the slides that I'm making for my team this week. So that's the to-do list. I will see you all at the end of the day, either in the classroom or at home. We'll see. Bye, everyone. Hello, everyone. It is after school now on Wednesday. I'm like still messed up on the days of the week. I still think it's Tuesday, but it's actually Wednesday, which is like a blessing. But I did not have any time after school to vlog today because after school, after I pumped and everything, I went straight into planning with my team. We have the whole week planned for next week. So now we need to like print and everything like that. But that feels good to have all that ready. And then we've like kind of distributed who's going to do what slides. So I have Wednesday slides next week. So now I can start getting ahead and doing some of that if I feel up to it too, but I still have like a little bit of Friday slides to finish, so probably won't get to that yet. But anyways, now I am going to just kind of walk you through our slides for today in a second, but first I just want to say it was another good day. I do really need to start like working in some more SOPs. I think more like learning SOPs, meeting area SOPs, stuff like that. And if you don't know what SOP stands for, it's standard operating procedure. It's basically like expectations or the steps that you need to take when you're in certain areas. So I think I am going to try and start working that in a little bit more. I think I said that yesterday and I forgot to today, but I'll really try hard to remember to do it tomorrow, just because we are starting to get like a little bit, I don't know, blurty and stuff like that. It's not bad. I mean, it's really pretty good, but still just want to kind of set the expectations now so they are very aware. But it was a good day. I'm feeling like still so blessed and so lucky to have the group that I do. I am like really tired. My baby's been waking up at 3 and 4 a.m. in the morning the last 2 nights, like right at 3, right at 4, and then he sleeps until I wake him up, but it's just like very confusing to me. And I don't know, like we can't get him to fall back asleep unless we like try and give him a pacifier and all that stuff, and it doesn't work. So we haven't sleep trained, so what we've been doing after a little while is breastfeeding him and then he'll fall asleep, but it's tricky. Anyways, I also like just to add on to my like little after school rant, it is hard being a mom to a little baby at this time of the year, and you just don't have any time with them. Like I wake him up at 6:30, I hang out with him, sometimes 6:15, and I'll hang out with him until 7 when we leave. And then I drive him to daycare. He gets to daycare for like 7:15, 7:20. Then I leave, don't pick him up until like 4:15, 4:30. And then I can hang out with him. So we get home around like, let's say 4:45. And then I can hang out with him from like 4:45 to like 6:45. But I have like usually 30 to 40 minutes in there that I need to make dinner. So it just like stinks because there's just so little time that I have with him. And yeah, highly recommend like sharing the responsibility of cooking and stuff like that. We're starting to do that. My husband's going to start doing Thursday dinners, and maybe we'll work our way up to more, but I just really miss my baby, and yeah, it stinks. So if you have any recommendations or ways that you can kind of get more time with your baby or your kids after school, I would love to hear it, because it's definitely something that I'm trying to learn more about. But anyways, those are my current struggles, but that's okay, we're learning. Now I will talk you through our slides for the day, and then I will see you tomorrow morning. So let's look at the slides. Okay, so Wednesday slides. So we had our morning meeting quote, we read our quote, we talked about what we think it means, and then we went through our message. We talked about our favorite meals, and that's really all we got to this morning. We had a really quick morning meeting today because we had foreign language right at 8:40. So got through all that, and then we had foreign language, and then after foreign language we had reading. And during reading today, we listened to The Big Red Lollipop. I don't have this book, so we listened to it. It's a really good story though, highly recommend. And then after we listened to the story, we talked about empathy and how the character in the story showed empathy. And then we talked about some scenarios and how, like, I read a scenario and I had them think through, what might you be feeling if this happened to you? Like, let's put ourselves in this person's shoes. What might you be feeling? And then since you understand how they're feeling, what could you do to help? Some of my teammates did this with like words around the classroom of different feelings on what they might be feeling, and got some extra movement in with that. I think that's awesome, but I honestly did not have the time to get all the words up. So we just did it more discussion based amongst our table groups. So here were a few examples. There's a new student in our class, and it's her first day of school. And then we talked about, okay, so if you were this new student, how would you feel? And then after that, well, okay, so now that we understand how we feel, how could we help? Again, your friend made this school dance team. How would you feel for your friend if you were that friend? And then what can you do to help that friend? In this circumstance, the empathy that you have is like a good empathetic feeling, and that you could celebrate with them. And so we just went through all these scenarios, lots of fun ones. And then we did this little lollipop activity where they think of a time that they showed empathy just in their lives, or think of a time from the book where Rubina or Sana showed empathy if they were really stuck, and then they can write or draw a picture of that time inside the lollipop. So it's basically just like a empathy lollipop, and they draw a picture of it because the story is called The Big Red Lollipop. Then after that, we listened to the storytelling of The Big Red Lollipop. The author of the story tells the story instead of like reads it, and it's really well done. The kids love it. Yeah, it's great. Then we didn't have Japanese and art. This was my teammates. We had Spanish earlier and then art. Sometimes I don't always do a great job of changing specific parts of our slides, but we had Spanish and library for our specials today. Then we had snack, and then we did our I Promise read aloud. I did have this book, so we read that book. Okay, so then we talked about making our classroom promises, and we talked about how we made these lists yesterday, and we needed to then take our ideas on how we wanted our classroom to look, sound, and feel like, and turn it into classroom promises. And we basically just thought of sentences based off of some of these concepts, and we like checked them off as we went. So like, I'll show you a picture. I forgot to take a picture of it earlier, but I'll post a picture and show you what our classroom promises are, but they're all based off of these ideas. And then we had lunch and recess, and then they did quiet time. And then after that we had math, where we listened to the story, The Perfect Fit. And then we did San Francisco math. This is the unit, curriculum that we use for math. So we did a number talk talking about shapes and doing a which one doesn't belong. These are always super fun because there's no right or wrong answer. It gives them some space to really just take risks and talk about their math thinking. And then we talked through what other people could have thought. And then I did not have time to do this what's your number activity today, but it's a good one. And then we explored geometry templates, and they loved this. They just kind of made different creations with their templates and their rollers. And then we did writing, where we kind of reviewed what we came up with yesterday with why people write and so on. And then they had the option to either to make a story out of any of these funny pictures, or to use the picture that we started yesterday and finish that story based off of that fennec fox picture. It was really super cute. They had a lot of fun with it. And it's simple, nothing too complicated. And we ended with, what did we do to fill each other's bucket? And that was our day. All right, so I will see you all tomorrow, and we'll talk about Thursday when I see you. Hello everyone, it is after school now, and we've gotten really ahead in planning. We started printing, so we didn't need to meet as long today. It is 3:57. I'm hoping to try kind of just talk to you. Wow, words. I'm trying to just talk to you for a second and talk to you about our day, and then I'll show you our slides, and then I'm out of here so I can get my baby just a little earlier. So today was a good day. We did review some SOPs and stuff like that. We did pretty well. Definitely are going to need to practice more of like raising our hands, and also like a little bit of that, not like, what words am I trying to think of? Like, just trying to like be kind to each other if we're not getting along, and just like stepping away if you need to take a break. So yeah, but it was a really good day. All in all, I had a great time. I will flip you around and just show you our classroom promise, because I told you I'd show you that. And then they do add like a little handprint with their names on the inside, but obviously I'm not going to show you that because I don't want to show you my students' names. So I'll show you like the before. One thing that we did come up with that we couldn't think of a sentence to go with it, so I'm still wordsmithing this, and I might add it to the bottom, and if they agree, is they were like talking about, I don't know, like expectations with calming down and knowing our classroom's just a safe space to feel your emotions and all of that. So I'm kind of thinking through how we can add that to our classroom promises. But yeah, it was a good day, lots of fun, got a lot done. I still have a big pile of books that I'm trying to label. You saw me labeling some of them, but there's a ton, which is so nice. But yeah, I still have more to do. And I think I need to print some more labels too. All right, let me flip you around and show you our classroom promise, give you like a quick lay of the land, and then I'll show you our slides, and then I'm out of here. All right, so these were our classroom promises. They had always be kind and help each other. And then underneath we put parentheses of like kind of what we talked about this means. So be a bucket filler, not a bucket dipper. We'll add a more if we think of it. Then I had be respectful learners, eyes on the speaker, follow directions quickly. And then make our classroom a welcoming space, be yourself, include and accept others, smile, have fun, and make memories. 4 was use a respectful / appropriate voice level. So raise your hand to speak / answer questions during lessons, follow voice level expectations. Then 5, we had keep our classroom clean, organized, and beautiful. So in parentheses, we had clean up after yourself, put things back where they belong, and add details to work. Then for 6, we did be creative, take risks, and make mistakes. Then in parentheses, I have remember we learn by trying new things, but I haven't quite wordsmithed everything there. And then here's a little peek of the books that we've read this first week of school that I have, and then I have more that we listened to videos on. And then just a quick little pan of the room, some math about me people, so a mess. Yeah, it's looking pretty cute, I think. All right, let me show you slides. Sorry about that. I just turned the fan off. I realized it was on. Sorry if it was loud. My apologies, but it was really hot today. Okay, moving on. So here was our morning message for the day. It was cute. One of my students came in and he was like immediately like, Mrs. Lee, I know what the quote means. Can I tell you? And I was like, oh, hold on to it so you can share during morning meeting today. That's so exciting. And he had some great ideas. We went through this, and then we watched this video about empathy and talked about what empathy means and how we can show empathy to each other. I'll mute this so you don't hear it. Then we talked about our meeting area SOPs. So we really talked about this. We practiced what it looks like to be on the rug and following our meeting area SOPs, what it looks like to turn and talk, and so on. It was really helpful and a good conversation. Then for reading today, we listened to Ordinary Mary's Extraordinary Deed, which is super cute. And then we tied it into what the ripple effect of kindness is and how the ripple effect affects our lives and then also the classroom. So it can go from me to a few friends and then so on, and it spreads and spreads. And we want to have positive ripple effects. So we thought of like good examples and then like maybe not as positive. So maybe someone blurts and that causes a ripple effect of everyone blurting. So we talked about why that's important to, spread a positive ripple effect. And then we watched this video. It's a life vest inside, kindness boomerang. I'll try and link everything that I can down below. But my students always love this every year. So definitely recommend watching this. It's basically just an example of the ripple effect. And then we did a reading survey so I could get to know my students as readers. And then after that, they had specials. And then we talked about the zones of regulation. And we went through what the zones are. And then we matched zones, like emotions and kids' faces to zones. And then we talked about how there aren't good or bad zones, that it's just we need to make sure that our emotions match the situation that we're in. And then we played a game where we had the zones like all around the classroom. Our example right here, I have our like red zone over here, and our green zone was over here. Whew, I'm like not very good at pointing. And they would walk around depending on the scenario and move to what zone they would be in. So you need help with a math problem, but the teacher's with a small group and you're not supposed to interrupt. What zone would you be in? And then we continued with different scenarios. And then we talked about what did you learn from this activity? And one big thing was that all emotions are normal and that nobody will react the same. Not everyone reacts the same to each scenario. And then we talked about lunch and recess. We had quiet time. For math, we reviewed meeting area SOPs again. And then we moved on to number talk procedures and what we should be doing. Then they did a which one doesn't belong. We explored the geoboards. Then they finished their math about me's and they did this gumball machine if they were done early. We did not do this. Then for writing, we started our best part of me poems. So we talked about what makes us all different. And we listened to a story about the best part of me. And then we brainstormed all of our best parts of us. And that was really it. That was our day. I think we just had, I listed the ideas on the whiteboard instead of here. And then we had some examples. So that was it. Good day, all in all. Had fun. Let me flip you around. Okay, so again, I'm just having a really good start to the school year. Loving it, having fun. Yeah, feeling pretty thankful for everything in the start to the school year, hoping that the good continues. I'm gonna go get my baby now, and I will see you all on Friday, which is tomorrow. Happy Friday, everyone. I am sorry I did not pick you up this morning or after school. I just had no time. I dropped Hugo off this morning to daycare and had no time before school. And then after school, I did some planning, like printing for the week with my team. We wrote an email to send to all of the 3rd grade parents together, sent it off, and then I got out of there. So yeah, now I'm sitting down. It is 7:02. And I'm just going to update you on how today went, how this week went as a whole, and I'll show you our slides for today. And then I think that'll be the end of this vlog. So today, it was a really good day again. Definitely there were a few moments that were not so good, but that's okay. That's just part of life. That's part of every day. So we had a lot of fun. We talked about growth mindset this morning, which I really love introducing. I think it's so valuable and important. And when talking about it, I really try and emphasize the self-talk that I use and how I make mistakes and kind of give examples of that. And I also try and emphasize every time that I make a mistake, throughout the year, because I think that it needs to be so normalized to kids that we make mistakes and that, us adults just don't know everything. Because I think sometimes it can come off that way. And I think that can be a little intimidating to them and make them feel like they should know everything. But I don't know everything. They don't need to know everything. We're all learning. We're all in this together. So that was one of my bright moments of the day. We did quote posters, which I love doing, but I'll show you that in the slides. And yeah, it was just a good day. Like I said, a few, one bump in the day, but that's okay. One thing that I like saying when bumps come up throughout the day is I really started to use Good Inside with Dr. Becky's mantras and so on, and I really like her. This kid is a good kid having a hard time. This kid is a good kid who just did this. And just reminding myself that these are really good kids. They have good hearts, that the action and the behavior that they show does not define them as a kid. It's just what they just did. It's really important to remember and take a step back and remind yourself that these are good kids with good hearts, good intentions, and they're just remembering how to be back at school. That's another thing with raising hands. They haven't raised their hands all summer. So if they're not remembering to raise their hands right now, it's okay. Do I want them to practice it? Yes. Do I want us to get a little better with it? Yes. But are they going to know how to do it and be perfect at it this first week? No, they haven't been doing it all summer. They've been in small groups where they can just kind of shout out and talk and chat. It's not necessarily a super normal thing to just raise your hand to speak. So it's okay if they're not getting it. But anyways, those are my little rambles about my day today. So let me flip you around, show you our morning message, and then, or not morning message, well, I will show you our morning message, but our slides for today. And then after I show you the slides, I'll just chat with you a little bit before I am done and get ready for my Friday night of eating Chinese food and putting on PJs and relaxing. Okay, let's look at slides. All right, so Friday slides. We did our morning message, we did our quote. One of my students came to me this morning, a different one, and was like, Mrs. Leet, I think I know what the quote means. Can I talk about it? And I love, 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 love that they're doing that. They're wanting to take risks. They're wanting to share. And I just think it's so fun. And then the one different thing that you might notice is I have this like brain teaser. I've also heard them being called like morning plexers or other things like that, or word plexers. Anyways, my students love these every year. It takes them sometimes a few times to get used to it, but then after they get used to it, they like absolutely crave solving it. So this I would definitely recommend just adding because it also engages them and gets them to actually check the morning message and want to read it. So that is that, and it's somewhere over the rainbow if you were wondering. And they had so much fun solving that. And then we did the International Day today. I got these slides from The Basic Life of Brooke on Instagram. She has like a free Google Drive, so check her out. I'll try and link her page down below. Okay, and so then there was a video with it too. And then some of my kids were like, we don't actually have to do this, do we? I did have some Sudokus if they wanted to try it, but I had 2 kids who did try it, but not everyone was like super into the idea. Okay, let me make sure this is muted. Okay, it is. So then we did reading, and for reading today, first we reviewed our classroom promises and our meeting area SOPs and what it looks like to sit at the meeting area. And then we talked about what a growth mindset is and really just emphasized that it's really believing in our brains and their abilities to learn and knowing that they can learn and grow by trying your best, taking risks, and believing in yourself. So that was our kickoff. And then we did some of the Growth Mindset Mojo videos. They always love these. I just find them on YouTube. And then we listened to the Magical Yet, and we talked about how did the main characters show a growth mindset, and what did they say that kind of helped them. And we talked about the power of a yet. And then we did the quote posters. I can't remember right now who came up with this activity. It's on Teachers Pay Teachers, but I absolutely love it. I'll definitely try and link it down below. My kids love it every year. They create such inspired and beautiful pieces of art, and it's nice to just have some kid-created art around your classroom too. So definitely recommend checking this out. It's just a great activity. Then we did snack, and then we introduced our calm corner. Before we did that, we just took some breaths together. And then after doing some breaths, we listened to a story about our feelings and finding our happy. And then I talked about how if you ever felt big emotions and thought to yourself, what's something you can do to calm down? And I kind of said, that's you trying to look for the green zone. And then I said, one of the tools I use when I'm trying to get in the green zone is deep breaths. And then I said, today we're going to talk about tools you can use to keep us in the green zone. One of those things is one of our tools is the calm corner as a class. So what's in our calm corner? And I went through it. Take deep breaths, count to 50, use headphones, use positive self-talk, color, stretch, grab a fidget tool, read, get a drink, hand squeezes, talk to an adult, use our weighted blanket. And we talked about a few more. Then I talked about what are some expected ways to use our calm corner and the tools in our calm corner. And I heard their suggestions, and then I shared what I came up with. So voice level 0, keep all the tools inside the calm corner, one person at a time, using the tools appropriately in a way that calms your brain, and using it for the period of time and then returning to work after. And then I talked about the calm corner SOPs, so basically the expectations and procedures for how they would use it. So ask to use the calm corner using the 4-finger signal. I'll say yes or no. They go use it, select a sand timer, turn the sand timer over, do the calming activity. Once the sand timer's up, pick up and return to work. And then we tried some of the tools from our calm corner in stations. And I got this idea from our guidance counselor. And it's a great way to get inspired with what or have the kids test out some of the tools and get familiar with them and figure out what works best for them before they actually need it. That way you can they're like prepared ahead of time that when they get into the calm corner, it's something that they might use to help calm their brain. So our options were, I made this slide. I'll try and get some of my Google slides, just like the templates on TPT, because I have had a few people ask about these templates and I really find them helpful. So I'll try my best to remember to do that. No promises, but I'll try my best. And anyways, so I had calm and there was 4 different stations and they did them for 5 minutes because I said 5 minutes was the longest they would be at the calm corner anyways. So there was the sensory tools one where they could use the bubbler or poppets. There was a draw and create, so they could do coloring pages. They could color, write, and I also had a Sudoku there. Then build and solve. I had a lot of puzzles. I actually didn't have hashtag blocks there, but a lot of different puzzles, which they really loved. One of them was Kanoodle. I would recommend you checking that out. My kids always love Kanoodle. Kanoodle and Rush Hour are always a big hit in my class. I'll try and link those down below too. And then the last one was picture books or deep breaths. I had like some deep breath cards from the Calm Classroom, I believe. So all of those were great. And then after each station, I had them talk to their group. What did you use? Or not what did you use? What did you think of the tools you used? Would you use them if you needed to calm down? And then after doing that, we all talked about it as a class. And then we got ready for recess and lunch. And then we had recess and lunch. Then we came back in and had quiet time. And after quiet time, we did a which one doesn't belong number talk, where they chose which shape doesn't belong. And then we did some exploring math tools. And then in the middle of this, we had a fire drill. And then after that, we were going to finish this up if we had time, but we didn't. So we'll do that another day. After that, we had guidance, and that was our day for the most part. We did end with like a closing circle where we reflected on our how we did with one of our classroom promises, but that was good. So let me flip you back around. Okay, so another good week. Week 2 is done. I had so much fun. I'm loving it, loving my class, feeling so blessed to have the group that I do. I have such sweet kids and we're having fun. I'm really wanting to do I'm starting to realize a few things that I'm wanting to do more of. Like I really want to try and start building in some more individual time with these kids so I can get to know them individually a bit more. So if you have any suggestions for that, comment down below. I mean, I have 11 kids, so it should be fairly easy to do, but I still feel like I struggle getting in that time. And I don't know, I need to, so next week is open house. So the parents will come in and they'll kind of walk around and see our class and see the work that we've created. So I have some stuff that they still need to finish up. I myself need to tidy up our classroom. I have books that still need to be labeled that are just laying on our side shelf right now. So I need to work on that, but that's okay. I can do it Monday and hopefully Tuesday too and call it good. So I had such a good week. I'm feeling optimistic for next week. It is our first 5-day week, so I'm already a little exhausted, but that's okay. If you liked this video, please give it a like. Let me know down below and comment and let me know if you'd like to see more vlogs from me or if you'd like to see other videos. What would you be interested in seeing? I am thinking of doing a few sit-down videos soon. I love doing vlogs and kind of walking you through what we do, but I'd also like to kind of share some things like what we do in the Calm Corner, just like some topic area videos too. So let me know what you'd be interested. I'd love to hear from you all. Thank you so much for being here. Remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see all those future videos from me. And I really appreciate you. Have the best weekend, have the best week, and love on those kids. And thank you. You're the best. Bye, everyone.